There's been some new improvements to the camera in Roblox Studio. I just want to make a quick little video to show that here with the one and only.
Sav, what's up? I don't even know what we're really doing.
Alright, there's only a couple features. There's nothing fancy, but I still want to make a little video to let you guys know what's happening. If you hold down the right mouse button and you scroll, you notice that thing on the right? You know
Whoa.
what that is? That's how fast the camera's gonna move. If I put it at point 1 and I press the W, A, S, D, or the Q and E keys, you see how slow it goes?
Yeah.
But if I max it out all the way to 20, look how fast I go.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And again, that's holding the right mouse button and scrolling. And it goes from point 0.5 to 20. The second thing related to this is that if you have an item, let's say this part, and you hit F to zoom in, now it translates to it. You saw that?
I saw that.
And right here, it automatically sets it. If it's a smaller part, it sets it to a smaller speed so you can like more closely look at it and stuff. If you go to a medium sized part, it'll make it a medium speed. It'll like scale it depending on the size of the object you're looking at. If you go to a big part, it'll make it bigger. You see?
Wow. That's actually really helpful because I remember so many times when I'd try to get really close to an object, but it wouldn't work.
Yeah. And it's not just about the size. Like if you have two little tiny parts and they're really far away, it'll treat them as a big part, which is nice because they're far away. The last thing now, this is kind of like if you guys use Blender, if you hold down Control and then use the scroll wheel to scroll in, it'll be like slower the more you zoom in and faster the more you zoom out. You know what I mean? Like if I have the cursor on my rig and I'm zooming in, it slows down the increment the closer I get. You see that?
Yeah,
As opposed to if I don't hold Control, it'll just keep the same increment. But if I hold down Control, the closer I get. You see?
that's very helpful.
And a note I wanted to add is the post says that if you have a plugin that affects the camera, some of these features might not work. At the end of the thingy, it said special shout out to this guy for helping with this feature and everyone else. So I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's a bad person. If he's a bad person, I'm sorry for giving him a shout out. But I just felt appropriate to give him a shout out since the article I got it from said shout out to this dude. So shout out to this dude.
Shout out to him.
Do you have any thoughts about this feature?
I mean, I already said my thoughts, but I think it'll be really useful when you're building different size things in Roblox Studio.
Yeah, it's a really neat feature. The only problem is that I move the camera a lot. Like I try to cut it out for you guys, but I move the camera a lot and I used to zoom in and hold the right bounce button down like all the time. Now I'm gonna have to get used to not doing that, but I think this feature's worth getting used to that.
Like it's not that serious, but like the little details and things matter, so it's nice that they added it.
Yeah. And if you go to your view and you have your view selector on, which is this thingy over here, you could also see the speed if you hover over that. It'll disappear by itself. And then you can hover over it to see it again. And also, I do have another criticism of this, that if you're like one of those people who like it on a specific number, it might be a little hard with the scrolling wheel, you see? Took me a little attempts to get it at 1.5, but it's just minor stuff that I'm being a big baby about.
You can't type into it or click on it or anything.
You can drag.
Bye.
What's up, fam?
Okay, well, ignore.
Um, I'm just trying to think of how to start. That's not really me, by the way. That's just a rig. Uh,
Every time you do an outro or like you say bye, your voice always fades out.
so how should I say it?
Say it like how you're talking now. Don't let your voice fade out unless you want your voice to fade out.
Uh, all right, goodbye. I can't do it.
Because
Goodbye.
every time I end up
Sorry.
cutting out my outros with you because you're always like, bye.
Bye.
Just like, bye.
Because I'm
And you
sad.
just did it now. Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I never
Look,
noticed. I don't know. I guess it seemed appropriate, like fading out. I'm just a natural video entertainer.
okay. Well, you
Psych.
can keep doing it.
No, how do I do it right? You do it.
I just say bye.
Okay, I'm using that bye. Thank you.